Wine's becoming more and more popular today, but let's be honest.
Wine can be intimidating.
And expensive.
But it doesn't have to be.
We're four wine enthusiasts that have found that great wine can be found at your local grocery store for $12 or less.
Each week, we taste a bottle and let you know our thoughts.
I'm Tabby.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Mary.
And I'm Des, and we are your Cheap Wine Club.
Hey guys, it's Cheap Wine Club. I'm Tabby.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Des. Welcome back to the Wine Club where there are no fees and you don't have to wear pants. So, as every week is going to go here, actually this is our first one. So we want to say hi to you guys. Welcome. As you saw in the intro, kind of what our plan here is going to be is we are all wine lovers. We really appreciate wine and all of the flavors and varieties and everything like that. And we're all members of wineries and fancy things, but hey, sometimes people can't do that, and we want you to know that the grocery store has some great wines. So we're going to be spending time every week to taste some grocery store wines and let you guys know what we think. But as every week, we're going to start off with some trivia. So I got some trivia here for you guys. Appellation. If you are in France and you want to know appellation of the wine, do you think this refers to wines with an apple flavor? They're appellation wines. The place of origin of the wine, the wine's appellation, I guess you would say, or wines from a mountain region, appellation wines. So what do you guys think? What is an appellation wine? Or what is the wine of an appellation?
Well, I'm from Appalachia.
Okay.
So I'm going to say C, D.
What M, D? There were three options.
C, I wasn't listening really.
You didn't listen, because you said if you're
pouring.
in France. If you're
So
in
this
France.
is France.
Okay, so I'm from
So
Appalachia.
A is apples.
So
That doesn't have
A is
any
apples.
bearing here.
B is location. Or C is from the mountains.
I'm going to say the mountains.
All right, if it's from the mountains.
It's
And-
B. It's location.
Yes, it is the location.
Did you not know that?
In France.
You knew that.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yes, I asked. Like there were questions on this list that I was like, okay, we know these questions. Then I was like, ooh, that's interesting. So every week we're gonna have a question, and as we get some more people watching this, we'd like to take user submitted questions. But before we begin here, we're gonna let you know that we are tasting a Chapoutier. See, even if you've been tasting wine and members of wine clubs for years now,
It doesn't make you French.
it's probably more than a decade for me that I've been doing wine stuff. It doesn't make you French, yeah. Belle Rouche, Cotes du Rhone. So this is actually a French blend. It's a Grenache Syrah, 60%, 40%.
Interesting.
Yeah, a blended wine is when you take two varietals and you put them together. American, we typically try and keep to one varietal, not always, but typically. But in Europe, particularly in France, blends are way, way more common over there. So we're gonna be tasting this, and we'll give you guys our notes. We're gonna think about it, and we're gonna be able to jot some notes down or think about some notes. I do have a question for you guys this week, and we're gonna discuss this week. We are asking to each other: would it be better if spiders were the size of dogs? Now, before you immediately answer, stop.
There is not another answer to this question. There is only
You're not allowed to
one
say that when I'm taking my
correct
first sip
answer.
here. Before you answer, think of it this way. How often have you, seen a spider in the corner and been like, oh no, and then all of a sudden it's just gone?
Last night.
And
Last night.
See? And
It was a jumping.
It was horrible. It was the worst.
I'm going to tell you guys are afraid of spiders?
He is.
You are. Okay.
This
It's
is true.
fine.
I am afraid of
It's
spiders.
nothing to be ashamed of.
Whatever. They're disgusting. I don't have any shame about
They're
that.
disgusting. I love that that's the way that you describe spiders. They're disgusting. Okay. This couldn't happen if they were dogs. If they were dog sized. Not if they were dogs. If they were dog sized. You couldn't see a spider and then be like, where did it go? So, okay. So we're going to start. We'll start on the far end there. Andrew, what do you think? No, why not? Come on,
No,
man.
it's horrible. That's crazy. Has anybody, any of you, or you, comments below, ever watched The Lord of the Rings and thought, that's better that spiders
That's a
are
spider
that big.
the size of a house.
It doesn't get better the bigger they get, is my point.
Is there a spider that big in Lord of the Rings?
Shelob.
Okay, keep going.
Shelob in
You've
Keith
seen it.
Ungol
No.
Yes, that place. I don't know that place. But it's
Nerd.
huge. It's gross.
I wasn't there when he rewatched all of them.
It's horrible. It's gross.
It's hideous. It is.
No.
Yes. But it's the size of a house.
Okay, but
Then
think. Okay.
Wouldn't it be better if dogs were the size of a house?
How do you
No.
kill that?
Yes. Okay. A Great Dane
Wait, I'm confused.
That's close.
is better
Are
than
you
a
saying
Chihuahua.
the size of a house or the size of a dog?
Size of a dog. He's saying that Shilub was really, really bad,
His
but
theory-
Shilub is the size of a house.
His
That's
theory
different.
is that if you go from minuscule to dog, better. Dog to house, worse.
Yes.
No, it's wrong. If I open my door and there's a spider outside the size of a dog,
I agree.
I will die.
Here's the thing.
Right there.
They
dead.
have fangs, okay?
And eyes.
They don't all
8
they have,
eyeballs.
They have
8 eyeballs.
pincers. They have a lot of eyes.
Gross.
They have
That-
far
if
too many
they're
eyes.
the size
So
of
gross.
a
And
dog.
crunchy. They're crunchy and
Indecent amount
gooey.
of eyes.
Oh, so gross. Mm-mm.
No, okay, wait, here. Ready? I say yes for sure.
What
yes.
is wrong with you?
You are
Yes.
Is
Okay, because number one, the fear that you don't know is way worse than the fear that you know. So
Nope, not for
to
me. Okay,
to
every
me,
night.
if I see a spider right there on the ceiling, I'm like, well, there's a spider there. But then if I look away and I look back and it's not there anymore, suddenly I'm certain it's in my hair. Like I know exactly where it is in my pants. Like, and that's way worse. That's way worse
Not
than
for
it
me.
being right there.
That's
So-
just illogical belief systems. How often have you found a spider in your pants?
I mean, today? No, never. That's true. But
Every night.
Do you know
I'll tell
what?
Something. Every night, Andrew, we're married by the way. Andrew
you can do this.
lifts the sheets.
To make sure there are no spiders in there?
This is a ritual. Throw the sheets back, way back. Lifts the pillow, scrapes out the bed, and puts everything back and then gets into bed.
Okay.
You know, that's fine. That's normal. If they were
No.
spiders the size
No,
of a
that's not
dog,
normal.
I would be checking under the bed and out in my garden.
Okay, no, but here's the thing.
British? We're gonna go home.
How often do you come home and there's accidentally a dog in your house?
Never.
Never, ever, ever. So you would never come home and there would accidentally be a spider. Spiders wouldn't be able to get in your house.
But when
anymore.
you go hiking or camping in the woods and you're afraid of giant wolves,
That's fair.
okay, wolves aren't giant, but wolves, that's not
Right.
a good thing, even though they're the size of a dog. I'd rather they be the size of an ant at that
that's
point.
fair. And actually, now that you mention it, the multitude of dogs versus the multitude of spiders.
Yo,
That is-
can
that
you
is pretty
imagine
I've
having
heard
to
a
get up to
statistic.
pee while you're camping if spiders were that big? I would bring diapers.
Okay, just pee.
That's just the only option
Okay,
in
no,
your world.
Or a bucket.
Are
No.
you happy? In your world, I wear diapers. Okay?
yes, I'm very happy with that. I get to tell people my friend Andrew wears diapers. No, okay, so I'll give you the whole camping thing. It would make it horrific, but spiders in general are more afraid of you than you are of them. And so if you're gonna like walk out camping and they're all just gonna scurry away, they're just gonna take off.
This
You don't
one
think
last
so?
night, it came right at us.
I think you're
was coming
exaggerating
for
on
me.
that one a little bit.
He jumped off of the fireplace.
He jumped
toward
off
me.
of the fireplace, not towards you.
He was in my
down.
direction.
You think he saw a giant a million times his side and was like, I'm gonna get you, fool! Like cowabunga!
Yes. It's how they are. It's
how
either that or they don't think at
vicious.
all.
They have, to you, spiders have conscious thoughts and they're going to attack you.
Okay. It's either that or they don't care about us at all. In which case, I still don't like that they're huge.
I live in denial. I never check the sheets because if it's there, it's there. I'm not gonna.
I will
freak.
say that's not normal, but hey, it's not a bad idea. I lived in Arizona for the majority of my life, and it's a real thing that at any moment you could pick something up and there'd be black widow there.
Whoa.
Like black widows are super common in Arizona, and it's one of
Okay.
those things that like I tell you guys that, and you're like, gasp. For me, I'm like, let me just get my shoe, like because they literally
what?
are so. Slam it.
shoe.
Yeah,
The
shoe.
shoe.
Because they're so common there. They're just like, well, it's a black widow. I'm gonna smash it. You know.
Well, okay, so black widows I actually feel better about because they're sleek and kind of, I mean, in the spider world, they're sexy, right? Like they're the sexy spider.
You married him. You had a choice, and you were like, I choose this man.
in that world, there's
He was like, I like Tabby and Black Widows.
but like the fuzzy ones, or the black garden ones, or the wolf spiders. Oh, like brown and
I'm a hairy spiders. Yeah,
hairy spiders.
I'm
That's
not
what I
down with
imagine.
that.
I imagine tarantula outside my door, hip size. Well, no.
What? And look, if they're the size of dogs, then you could tame them.
For
And how
why?
cool would it be if you could just like snuggle into one?
You're just,
What?
He wants
Dogs
me to
have
vomit
fangs
on
too.
this episode. That is what he wants. to
Episode
happen.
1. No, really, I would genuinely be like pretty chill with if it were like a furry spider, like a dog, and I could hug it and like pet
Would
it.
you like all bugs to be that size? Like cockroaches to be coming in your house and feeding it with a little doggy bowl and out to go potty? I don't think so.
I wouldn't
I don't
mind,
think so.
except once you get past 8 legs. Centipedes and millipedes are just selfish. You don't need that many legs. That is an inappropriate.
Come on.
That is a sinful amount
So
of
much rather
legs.
have that than a cockroach.
What?
6 is better
They're
than 8.
horrendous. No. Yeah, 6 is better than 8. Yes, for sure. Okay. We talked. It's 2 to 1.
much
It's
about
2 to 1.
spiders.
The vote here is that it would not be better. They're wrong. It's objective, but it's okay. So, but let's talk about our wine here. So, what did you guys think about the Cotes du Rhone here from M. Chapoutier?
I think it's kind of what I expected from a French Rhone wine.
Yeah.
Kind of lighter in body than an American Syrah would typically
Yeah,
be.
especially from a Grenache
Yeah.
Syrah, you'd expect like a big fruit punch in
Yeah.
there, and maybe like a peppery, spicy finish in there. But it didn't have that. It was actually real smooth, drinkable. I got like hints of acid on there,
Yeah.
I
and
was
like
gonna say a
not
little-
good acid either. So go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say a little tannin-y.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty dry.
I'd say a little leathery.
oh, I can see that for sure.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty simple, to be honest with you. I don't get much more than acid and tannin. It's pretty dry, pretty acidic, almost like a lower ranking Chianti.
Yeah,
So
I'd agree with that. And I would add that it has some nice notes to it. It does. It's other than the acid that I get on it, like that real bitter tannin. It's smooth and it's easy drinking.
yeah,
We decant all our wines. You guys decant your wine. So this decanted for 45 minutes to an hour. I would normally say, I bet if you decanted this, that bitterness would go away, that tannin would go, but
It did not.
it did not. Yeah, and so I'm not a big fan. What do you think, Tabby?
I personally kind of liked it.
You did?
I would buy it again.
You would?
Yeah.
So
but I'm really into the.
she likes her tannins.
Yeah.
I love my tannins.
Yeah.
Which should we describe that?
tannins. So tannins are a bitterness. So if you were to eat a grape and you'd take a grape, let's say you just peel the skins off and you put those skins in your mouth and you chew them up, like, oh, that's kind of bitter. Or the bitterness in a coffee or the bitterness in tea. It's all the same thing. It's called tannin, and it's what lends a bitterness to wine. It's when they keep the skins of the grape in with the pressing and the fermenting, then it adds a tannin-y taste to the wine. Sometimes it can be really good, really delicious. Sometimes, like in this case for me at least, it cannot be. Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
I guess I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's almost like if you guys are beer drinkers, it's almost like hops. Where hops can be good if you balance them, but if you get like a triple hop and it's like 120 IBU.
Yeah.
I feel like this wine, I'm exaggerating here, but if you're a beer drinker, it's kind of like taking a lot of hops and putting it in like a Pilsner.
Yeah.
Like there's not the body to support it, really.
I would agree.
Is my thought
And
on
that
this.
acidity is just sitting in my mouth after I drink it.
Yes, I agree. And that to me was the finish. Definitely more of an acid finish. It has a great nose though. I wouldn't mind smelling this for a while.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, okay, so let's make this spiders out of 10. How many out of 10 spiders would you give this one?
Time out.
Okay.
In my book, 10 spiders is really bad.
Okay. Let me change this then. We'll just go with dogs.
10 squash spiders?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
All right,
10
dead
squash spiders out of 10.
in
Dead
the
spider.
trash.
How many out of 10?
Oh, 4
Ooh.
squash
4 out of 10.
spiders.
4 squash spiders. All right.
Yeah. I think I'd go close to that. I may be a little more generous. I'll go 5.
Just a little bit on Andrew. He's just kind of a generous, kind person in general. I would be shocked if he goes any less than like a 4 in this entire series.
Yes.
I would actually be a little bit less generous. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. To me, it's not exciting enough to try and look past the tartness of it and the acid of it. And that's its biggest note, is that acid. So it was, and here's the roughest part of it. It was a $20 wine, but it was on sale for $13. So our goal is to never be more than $15. It was on sale for $13, and then I got it on a 50% off rack. So I got it for $6.50, a really great deal. But for $6.50, I probably still wouldn't buy it. I would say this: if this was $5, I'd probably buy a bottle of it and offer it.
I would serve it to
Exactly. And serve it to friends. And I'd have a glass of it too. But it'd be like I got a bunch of people coming over.
I didn't know I want to be either of your friends anymore.
Hey.
Because you appreciate wine.
So
Some
I just
people
said I want to
have
serve
a
it to
glass.
my friends.
Here's
I'd
what-
serve this to my friends.
Particularly Andrew. No. This would probably actually, if you could get a really big meal
Yeah.
that would overcome that acid.
Really fatty.
Yeah, something real fatty, like a
Yeah.
real juicy steak.
Yeah. Not a wine I'd sit down with around like the fire on a couch by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, there you go. This, again, was the 2015 Belle Rouche Cotes du Rhone. It's a Grenache Syrah from M. Chapoutier. Thank you very much, guys. And remember, always save time for a glass. We'll see you later.
Cheers.